Are you kidding me?
Welcome to the most offensive podcast ever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the most offensive podcast ever. I'm Slimmy V, and today I'm going to be talking about the prices that are being paid to hospitals that have COVID-19 patients and COVID-19 patients on ventilators, and how that can compromise a doctor's decision to use ventilators on a patient. Before I talk about that, let me show you a video, because seeing is believing and hearing is also believing. This was sent to me by one of my sisters on Facebook, and just wanted to share it with you. Like, this is real. Okay, this is happening. And when you see hospitals being paid because they have a patient on a ventilator or a COVID-19 patient, then you understand how things like this can occur. Let's watch.
Jean, this is a woman in New York. They call the daughters, the children, and tell them that their mother died from the coronavirus in the hospital. She's in the morgue. And the two daughters, they're police from Jamaica, and they don't believe. So they storm into the damn hospital, down to the morgue, rip the damn bag open, and when them open it, that is how them find their mother. Zip up into this damn black bag and breathing, then put the woman in there and she's not dead. Yes, girlfriend.
I do not even want to know how some of you will feel if this was your mother. Sad case. And the reason why I'm showing this video is to show you that, of course, when hospitals get paid a certain amount, let's go into it. You can understand how a decision like this, how your decision to treat patients with good ethical care can be compromised. You understand that, because the incentive when you put a patient on ventilator is huge, as I'm about to show you right now. Okay, this is from usatoday.com, and on usatoday.com, it's a fact check. Hospitals get paid more if patients listed as COVID-19 on ventilators. That's the fact check. Okay, this is the claim. Okay, that's what they said right here. The claim: hospitals get paid more if patients are listed as COVID-19 and are on ventilators. So let me just show you the amount that they actually get paid. If they're Medicare, typically the diagnosis-related group lump sum payment would be $5,000 if they're on Medicare. But if it's COVID-19 pneumonia, then it's $13,000. So for a COVID-19 pneumonia patient, they get $13,000. That is roughly 2.5 times, if you calculate, 2.5 times higher than the 5,000. And if that COVID-19 pneumonia patient ends up on a ventilator, it goes up to $39,000. That is exactly 3 times more, right? So now check this out. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. We understand. Okay? we understand that, of course, it requires more to treat those patients. Definitely. Understood. I get it. Right? But don't it make you think, if there's a sick patient with COVID-19 who don't really need the ventilator, you don't think some people's going to be like, hey, you know what? Just put them on a ventilator. It's not going to hurt them. Don't you think that's going to happen in some of the hospitals? Come on, man. You doctors that's looking at this video right now. No, it does happen. And it can happen because, see, we have good doctors that have been shut out of YouTube. Videos been taken down because they're reporting things like this. I can't even find many of them to actually put on this video. But the ruling that the hospitals are paying more for COVID-19 patients that are on ventilators, the ruling is, as you can see right here, I kid you not, is true. Okay? So we rate the claim that hospitals get paid more if patients are listed as COVID-19 and on ventilators are true. Hospitals and doctors do get paid more for Medicare patients diagnosed with COVID-19, or if it's considered presumed they have COVID-19 absent a laboratory confirmed test. Right? Absent. Like, think about, do you hear what I'm reading right now? Do you understand what I'm reading? It said if it's considered presumed they have COVID-19 absent a laboratory confirmed test. And this is fact. And 3 times more if the patients are placed on a ventilator to cover the cost of care and loss of business resulting from a shift in focus to treat COVID-19 cases. Okay, so I'm not going to stay on this anymore. I'm going to show you. Let me read this. This is strict from PolitiFact. Okay, strict federal definition. Until April 14, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention counted as COVID-19 deaths only those in which the coronavirus was confirmed in a laboratory test. Okay, so up until April 14, those people whose tests were confirmed positive were the only ones that were counted. Now, even as testing was not widely available, now CDC counts probable cases and deaths. The day the change was announced, New York City, okay, basically the heart of COVID patients and deaths, right? New York City's COVID-19 death tallied soared by more than 3,700 when, hear me correctly, when it included in its total the deaths of people who were suspected, that's the word, of having COVID-19, but, here's the kicker, you're going to die when you hear this, but were never tested. Are you kidding me? 3,700. It went up. It skyrocketed to 3,700 when it included, I'm going to read it again. COVID-19 death tally soared by more than 3,700 when it included in its total death of people who were suspected of having COVID-19 but were never tested. If this is any indication of compromised decision on the part of doctors in the hospital, you just have it right here. Let me move on. Okay. On Business Insider. Okay, the reason why I'm going through these websites is to show you I'm using websites that most people would look at every single day. Okay? 80% of New York's coronavirus patients who are put on ventilators ultimately die. And some doctors are trying to stop using them. But these doctors that wants to stop using them have actually came out against them, have actually posted videos explaining the intricacies of how ventilators kills the patient. These videos are off. They're not using these videos. They take them off. YouTube takes them off. Okay. Let me read these bullet points real quick. Some doctors are trying to reduce their reliance on ventilators for coronavirus patients because of reports of abnormally high death rates for patients using the machines. But now, if you think about it, if they died because of the ventilators, does it mean that they died because of the COVID-19 or they died with the COVID-19? Think about that. Think about it. These are questions that we're not asking. If the ventilator is what killed them, are they being listed as dying from COVID-19? Let me continue with the other bullet point. New York City officials have said at least 80% of coronavirus patients who were on ventilators in the city died. 80% who were on the ventilators died. Okay, so there are patients who's probably going to die anyway, but they have been instructed to use the ventilators. I'm just thinking out loud. You're instructed to use. They're going to die anyway. Use the ventilators. They get the money. So you could see how the money could be an incentive to using these ventilators on this COVID-19 patients. Next bullet point. Ventilators are typically used for the worst affected patients, and there are no drugs approved to treat COVID-19, so this could help them explain the higher death rate. Are we not thinking? I'm showing you these things that they're saying from a legitimate website, Business Insider. So you're not saying, oh, I'm using some cockamamie website. I've never heard of this. Where is this coming from? Are they a real website? Hey, you know what? I'm using websites that you guys would use. So this needs to be explained. Next bullet point. But doctors have also said ventilators can damage the lungs, and while the machines may be an effective way to treat other respiratory illnesses, some are looking for alternative treatments. But they're being shut out. We're not hearing that side. We're hearing one side. We're hearing that we don't have enough ventilators. We're hearing that we don't have enough tests. This is what we're hearing. But here you have doctors. Here you have doctors who have been interviewed by Business Insider explaining this. Okay, let me go to okay, what is this? What is this? Okay, now check this out. To give you further proof that the numbers have been inflated, okay, because some states have had to push back the number. Colorado, this is recent. Colorado amends coronavirus death count, says fewer have died of COVID-19 than previously reported. So that means y'all were over-reporting. Okay. So let's check this out. Colorado had made a stunning and significant change to the way it counts COVID-19 deaths that reduced the statewide figure from more than 1,000 to 878, according to the report. The change came after Colorado's Department of Public Health admitted that its COVID-19 death toll was counting those who tested positive for the coronavirus but had died of other causes. There was a doctor who recently came on a podium in one of those press briefings that had spoke about patients that died with and patients that died from COVID-19. Two totally different things. Both the patient that died with and both the patient that died from. They put them together as patient that died from the COVID-19 virus. And that's wrong. They're not supposed to do that. But they did that. Could it be because you get more money? Now, I do this because these type of stuff are not being reported. Okay? So it's time for us to think. It's time for us to ask the right questions as to what is going on. This is satanic. This is devilish. This is pure evil as to what is happening. Not Dr. Burks, the scarf lady. She came on and she spoke about patients with coronavirus, patients who died with coronavirus, and patients who died from coronavirus. If I could find that, I'll do another video and post that in there. Okay? The change came after the Colorado's Department of Public Health admitted that its COVID-19 death toll was counting those who tested positive for the coronavirus but had died of other causes. The department now says 1,150 Coloradians who died had COVID-19, but only 878 of those deaths were due to COVID-19. Now, to further prove this, Fox 5 also reported they have to be recording the same way I do. This is a quote. They have to go off the truth and the facts and list it as such. Back in April, health officials of Colorado classified 3 nursing home fatalities as COVID-19 deaths, even though attending physicians ruled they were not related to the coronavirus. That is crazy. That is pure evil. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Now, let me go to the title of this. Okay. Colorado man died of alcohol poisoning, but death was later blamed on coronavirus. Now, it wasn't COVID. It was alcohol toxicity, said Devers, according to the station. Yes, he did have COVID, but that is not what took his life. There are tons of cases like this. Tons of cases like this. Is it complicated? Yes. But to not ask that whether money that's being given to the hospitals is not an incentive to kind of put a COVID patient on ventilator. To not ask that is crazy. To not ask whether a patient is misdiagnosed as having COVID-19 is preposterous. Let me go to something that's mind-blowing. I'm going to end with this. I am going to end with this. Okay? The third leading cause of death in U.S. most doctors do not want you to know about. Can you guess what is the third leading cause of death in the U.S. that doctors do not want you to know about? Take a wild guess. Pull it out of the air. Take a wild guess. This is going to blow your mind. Share this video. Like this video so that it gets put up at the top so people can find it easy. All I'm stating is facts, and I'm asking the right questions and providing you a way to think, a way to ask questions and how to ask it. Third leading cause of death in the US that most doctors don't want you to know. Medical errors. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. Pretty crazy fact, isn't it? I go crazy. I go nuts. It drives me insane because doing these type of research and searching online and whatnot is eye-opening. This is what you call wokeness because you're seeing it for yourself, you're reading it for yourself. And this is dangerous because some people do not want you to know the truth. But the truth is here. A recent Johns Hopkins study claims more than 250,000 people in the US die every year from medical error. Other reports claim the number may be as high as 440,000. Are you kidding me? Woo! I mean, I don't know how much I can remain calm doing these type of podcasts, but as I move along, I will get a little bit more animated because of what I'm seeing, of what I'm hearing, and the research that's being done. It's enough to just really drive everyone crazy. Okay, so if there's any questions that doctors and nurses and hospitals have an incentive to use ventilators on COVID patients, are there any questions? I'm Slimmy V. This is the most offensive podcast ever. If you're not offended, you're not listening. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out.